Hello and welcome back to SnowRunner or Expedition Amur. I've had some real life stuff happening and I wanted to put out a video at least kind of as a series status update. I'll just kind of show you where I've gotten. We had a situation here. I couldn't really make it through with this trailer. I thought I could kind of make this corner, but I can't, and I don't know if that was a lack of engine power or this is just too narrow, or there's some shenanigans with like getting a truck up here and then moving basically the trailer's stuck here. I got two vehicles out of fuel. I still need to record that and then look at my total footage from the last episode and see if it's two episodes, one big episode, or one small one. So that's kind of been the delay. So today job is cliffside tree fall. Why? Well, I'm going that direction anyway because I was doing this Scout 800 recovery off camera and got the boron stuck. Well, I figured why not show this off because eventually I'm going to need to do this anyway. So here we go. Well, that's great. Thought I had managed to get the cross. Oh, while I'm thinking about it, me see if I'm close enough. I want to show off this because... Oh, you can kind of see that little deeper area? I had a log fall into there once when I was trying to bring a medium log trailer across here. And so I couldn't even reach it here. And I think I even at one point may have tried dropping the Zig 605R into the water with the crane. And that could have, but no, I don't think I did try that. But anyway, I just thought I'd warn people. I've come to the conclusion that this trailer is just best used. I'm going to have to come and rescue the logs for a bridge that needs built on Chernobyl-Kamensk. The reason I wanted to bring one service spare part is you need two for this one, and then there's another tree fall by the tunnel entrance for Chernobyl-Kamensk that also needs two, so I can just hook up a red sideboard trailer and bring the final three with this truck. I have to say I'm kind of happy with the way this truck is performing. I was driving it with UODs, and it just got bogged down in the snow when I tried to drop down and come this way to actually do the rescue. But the mud tires have been a different experience, and yeah, I almost had this, and then I slid sideways. It's been a while since I've done this crossing, so alas, I'm gonna have to try and figure something out. And I forgot. I had the Voron D in the garage and brought it to this map, so I drove it back to Skorifa to get some fuel. Now we got the other service spare part. We're gonna go do this rescue because I actually need the crane to reload this truck before we can do this. So, and along the way it kind of reminded me of something that annoys me about this game. And that's, say I have to drop off service spare parts at two different places, like I do here. For some reason the game will prefer to unload the truck and not the trailer with the red sideboard, and this annoyed me when it happened in Alaska with the task of delivering fuel to different places. And I just kind of wish that if you had a situation where you had the same cargo in a truck bed like this and on the trailer would get the priority for reloading. So at a certain point it either becomes lighter or there's no cargo on it, so you can just drop it. It's kind of one of those little quality of life things I'd love to see. So anyway, let's go do this rescue, and then I'll probably just put the other service spare part on the Voron and drive the Voron all the way to make that delivery. Because at the end of the day, I was just using the Bilber because that's all I had, and I just wanted to see how it was doing in the snow. It did okay, particularly with mud tires. Would I recommend it here without mud tires? It may do okay in Chernobyl-Kamensk, but there are probably a lot of places where you get trouble, so mud tires are potentially mandatory for this region. Oh, and also a little thing coming up here when I take this and drop down the hill right here. It's a little annoying because on Chernobyl-Kamensk there's a path down with about the same slope, but it feels like you meet more resistance coming up it than you would coming up right here. Because for instance, look at how easy it is for me to back up this hill. Now granted, I've got a capable truck here, but still. And yet if you go on either side of the path near the trees, it does kind of get a little easier, like they played with the terrain resistance values, which is kind of annoying. But anyway, I just thought I'd point those things out, so here we go. And so, changing plans. Just realized instead of driving this truck all the way to drop off the service spare parts, why don't I just put it in the truck with the crane and leave this truck here for towing the Scout 800 back to complete the task. Another part of the reason I was coming this way with the builder, I was trying to multitask. The original plan was rescue this truck and then go get the Bourne Grad unique engine, which was added, because I guess they didn't feel the top engine was powerful enough, and they had already released a DLC truck with a better engine. So I guess hypothetically they felt they needed to add either that, or they were thinking some 8-slot cargo shenanigans or main rocket quest, and they didn't feel the Bourne Grad, because for a brief moment in time it was an exclusive engine to the Bourne Grad. Today it isn't. Season 5 Dawn introduced the Tactor Phoenix, which got it, and then you have the standalone DLC vehicle, the Azog Adam. So, it's kind of a... And so, if I remember correctly... Honestly, I've got too much writing on this because I'm kind of money poor, so I'm not going to go try and get the engine. But I want to say it's back up here. I know for sure it's on this map. But anyway, we'll drive by this trailer and I can show. My mistake was trying to come up here. Instead, I should have just swung out like this, and maybe I would have pulled it off, but honestly, you're better off just bringing 2 loads of medium locks from the lock station on Erska River. Let's go. And in case anybody's wondering, when you hear a player in SnowRunner talk about super terrain, this is what they're talking about. You can be in the right truck, right configuration, and it feels like you're in a non-all-wheel drive highway truck with highway tires. It can sometimes be downright frustrating. I'm glad they kind of learned to do difficulty in another way, but you'll see that in spots throughout year one. Oh, and the area I was circling around here, it may also be here, I can't remember. And the square you saw me here was for the task I highlighted, Pittsburgh. It would be the island. So I just thought I'd point those out. Well, I'm glad I was recording when that happened. I guess we're bringing the Voron over for another rescue. Oh, this game can be entertaining. Alas, it didn't work. We'll conclude this episode, which I'm probably, between this and some other footage, going to have to split into 2 parts, unless people would be interested in a 15-minute episode, which I'm not really. I think it'd be easier just to digest by splitting it into 2 parts, so we're going to try to make it to the Billboard, which has extra fuel on it before we run out. Okay, we're finally here. Just simply rescue this. Now, you may be wondering, can we get this down? Yeah, I'm just gonna pull this way to get it out of the situation. Now we'll just recover this. Okay, you may be wondering, wait, why are you doing it this way? Shouldn't you be clearing the clearing the rock slide with metal beams? And yeah, you can do it that way. That is a way to get the rocket delivered. But I was just kind of thinking about it. And by going this way, it's mostly paved. There's one part that isn't. And so I'd just rather bring a truck with chains, and then I'll have the Zix 605R after it crosses with the rocket here. Just bring it to here and hand it to a truck with chains for the rest of the part. Because if you go this way, you're basically going to be fighting your way through mud most of the time, and I'd just rather not deal with it. So that's kind of why I'm thinking I'm going to do it that way instead of doing shore collapse and then bring the trailer this way. So let's pack these and go try and deliver them. was surprisingly easy. So, thank you for watching, and I'm going to definitely cut this footage down. We'll potentially be looking at an hour-long episode if I didn't do that. Just kind of as a series update and just to kind of make some progress. Anyway, thank you for watching.